Hello everyone and welcome to the air poll for Season 2 of the Steadfast pack. This was a bit of a strange season because as you can see, the wolf we have here is actually Loki and not Charon, but calling him our mate is not quite right. So Loki was the wolf, or rather wolf dog, who Petra found after getting separated from the rest of the Steadfast pack and getting lost in wandering her way to Lost River. And when she did, she had to seek help, and the wolf she found who was willing to help her was Loki. But the reason he was so open to such a strange sort of alliance was because he was technically too young to be out by himself. He had been surviving at the cattle ranch, but ultimately that stopped working for him when the calves got too old for him to take down. His pack had been killed off, at least as far as he knows, by the Lost River pack, leaving him alone as a yearling. So he is correctly aged here. At age 2, Petra is age 4, and he's much more of a big brother to the pups and adoptive son to Petra. It's just not going to show up that way in game. So these are not his pups, they are still Charon's pups. Petra was pregnant when she got lost, and hopefully by now these guys will have found their way back to him, because the surviving 2 pups, Pele and Tychon, were old enough to travel. Unfortunately, we did lose 4 of the 5 pups here. There's Indra, Audrun, and Tala here, who all passed away, 2 of them from illness, and 1 to an eagle. We think that the illnesses in Lost River were just a little bit different than the ones that our Yellowstone wolves were used to, and so it hit them just that extra bit hard, because of course these 2 are descended from Petra and Charon. Well, the 2 who died of illness, all the pups, are descended from Petra and Charon, who are probably more used to whatever diseases exist in Yellowstone, so whatever they picked up was just that extra bit more severe. However, Pele and Tychon here did survive. Pele is actually a runt, so her highest stat is strength, with stamina and speed having -1 and health having -2. And Tychon, who has +1 strength as well. Highest strength stat for both of them, which is interesting because Petra has a 0 and Loki has a -1. Curious. But in any case, that's what their stats are, and we'll go ahead and age these 2 up. Also, here are the stats of the others. -1 health, -1. All of them had -1 health, except for Pele, who had a -2. So that could have also contributed to why the illness was so bad here. Okay. Loki's not technically the father, but it's, according to the game, that's where those stats are coming from, so that's why I am including him in this, even though canonically he's not. We're just making it a departure from that story-wise. But he also has a -1, so whenever the game rolled out their stats, it's no wonder that these guys had such a low amount, and I don't actually know what Charon's are. In any case, we're going to age up Pele and Tychon, and then we'll go ahead and see them as adults. Alright, and first off here, we have Pele, who looks almost exactly like her mother. I have never seen a wolf turn out so close to one of their parents before. Oh my goodness. Well, she has that gorgeous 7F coat with a reddish tint here. It is a genetic gray coat. Again, absolutely stunning, but I am not over how much she looks like her mom. She even has those beautiful orange eyes. Oh my goodness. And here I was surprised that the litter had looked so much like Petra. If only I had known. We'll also go ahead, we'll listen to her howls here. Slightly mid-range to lower howl, and then for her secondary, also quite a mid-ranged one. Okay. Now, I don't think Petra had some ear customizations. I don't think Pele does. And I don't know here. Oh, she's got a slightly smaller than usual neck ruff. And I think, oops, I'm not seeing anything else. Those are togglables. We would have noticed if she had that. As for her stats as well, you can see once again she was a runt, so they are a little bit lower than usual. Not quite as low as our Ultra Iron Wolf stats though. And of course, she's the offspring of Petra and Charon, but she did grow up in Lost River during the litter that Loki helped to raise. So that is Pele. She is our first survivor. Next up we have her brother, Tychon. And oh my goodness, he is gorgeous. He also looks a lot like Petra, but this is one of the NPC coats. I'm not sure if it's, I think the options would be Buffy or Shadow. I think. I don't know, some of y'all are pretty well versed with the NPC codes, so you guys could probably tell me, but whatever the case, he is stunning. He's also got that very reddish tint on a genetic gray coat, although his eyes are a little bit less striking than Pele's. They're a little bit more of a muted brown. In some ways, he does take after Loki a little bit, even though there's no genetic relation between the two of them in canon. Absolutely gorgeous wolf, though. Let's go ahead and listen to his howls. That's a bit of a mid-ranged one, too. That's the same as his sister, I believe. And then for his secondary... I think that's the same howl. I think they're just identical. Now, I don't know if he got any customizations here, but as always, if you are interested in suggesting ideas, you can do that by becoming a channel supporter, either on Patreon or through YouTube channel memberships or Twitch subs. You can suggest ideas for that in the supporter Discord, which also has access, Crooked Tail. It also has access to fun things such as community events, which we'll be doing some of those hopefully here in January to celebrate the Lost River release, as well as just other fun shenanigans. You get to chat with me and with Rain and some of the I members and other fans of the channel. It's an all-around fun time if you're interested in that, but it is only open to those who are over the age of 13 as per Discord's terms of service. So that is an option if you want to suggest ideas that did not roll naturally here, if you want to suggest story elements that could have given a wolf customization. Now, as for Tychon's stats, he has that plus strength and -1 health, which again, pretty common to see that minus. Petra has that, and so does Charon. I went back and looked, and he does indeed have a -1 there as well, so it is quite on brand for his pups. Of course, Tychon is the offspring of Petra and Charon, but he was raised in Lost River with Loki's help. Those are our two survivors from the second litter. As for what happens next with Petra and the Steadfast pack, and even with Loki perhaps, we'll have to see in the future, but for the time being, there will be a poll in the video description that you can use to vote for which of these guys you want to be the litter heir and have a chance of becoming the heir to the next generation, which I believe is Generation 6. Goodness gracious, we have had quite the legacy throughout the years. But with that, we'll go ahead and leave this off here for today, because it is getting to be about that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.